Students, good morning everybody. Today we are going to study about the election, how the election is conducted and the counting of votes. So, election, other name is known as polling or election and counting of votes. Yesterday we had learned about the election campaign, right? Do you remember it? So, today after the election campaign is over, then the day of election approaches. When the election date is announced by the election commission, the same day election is conducted in everywhere in the country. So in this election, what the voters have to do? First, we have discussed about preparing the voters list, right? According to the universal adult franchise, above 18 years. Those who have completed 18 years, their names will be added in the voters list. So those voters, they have to make or they have to prepare or they have to get the election identity card. So election identity card is very much needed. So on the polling day, polling in the sense election day, the voters, they have to keep the election identity card for their identity. So in this we have to study few important terms. The first one, that is polling booth. So where the voters have to go? The voters have to go to the nearby polling booth. Polling booth in the sense where the election is conducted. The place where the election is conducted is known as polling booth. And usually that polling booth will be a government office or most probably a local school, government school. So in that local school, it is known as polling booth, where the voters have to go to cast the vote or to poll the vote. So when the voter goes to the polling booth, there are election officers are sitting over there to conduct the election smoothly. These election officers, they identify that voter with the help of the election identity card. And after that, an ink is applied on his or her finger for recognizing that he or she has given vote or cast the vote. For that to recognize, ink is applied on the finger, index finger. And after that, the voter goes to cast the vote. In this time or during this time, some agents of the candidate can sit in the polling booth in order to understand or in order to verify or in order to check whether the election is conducting smoothly or fairly. So in order to check whether the election is or the polling is going on smoothly or with a fair manner, is it going fairly, to check that agents are allowed to sit in the polling booth. So after one by one, the voters come and cast the vote. So this is one of the important mechanism or process in the voting or in the election. After this, before many years back, in India, we had used ballot paper. So next important term you have to come across, that is ballot paper. Ballot paper is a sheet of paper in which the name of the candidate and the symbol of the party is given. Okay, and the voter has to give a stamp against the particular candidate or the symbol. So that ballot paper or ballot system is replaced with a new system, that is known as electronic voting machine or known as EVMs, electronic voting machine. So electronic voting machine makes this voting very easy. It is very easier for the voter to cast their vote with the help of this electronic voting machine. And also for counting work, it is very easy. So nowadays in India, we are using electronic voting machines. This machine also also consists of name of the candidate of every party, candidate of whichever party they belong to, that is given, name of the candidates given, and even independent party candidate name is given along with their symbols. So the voter just has to press the button against the name of the candidate. That is the work of the voter. So through this electronic voting machine, the work of the voter and the work of this counting became very easy. So this system, this is another important term that you have to study, that is electronic voting machine. So after this voting is over, okay, in a Lok Sabha election mostly in a particular date, the election commission declares the dates for different constituencies. Almost every constituency it will be same date. Some other states which have some problem, dates they declare more or before or after this the general dates. So after the election is over, every constituency's election is over, the electronic voting machines, it is kept in a security, in a room where it is secured and kept very safe, and the date declared by the election commission to count the vote, that day these electronic voting machines are opened and start the counting. So officials, they count the votes by opening this electronic voting machines, they count the votes. At this time also, the candidates, agents of candidates can be present there to check whether the counting is going on smoothly and fairly, okay, in a fair way or in a smooth way. They have the right to sit over there. So after this calculation is over, or sorry, counting is over, the candidate who gets majority of vote in a constituency is declared as elected. So the candidate who won majority of votes in a constituency is declared elected. So this is the process of election. Okay. So here the voter has a very important role. What is the role of the voter? Voter has to cast his or her vote. That one vote has too much value because it is our democratic system. The voters, every voter's votes have a very important value. That is one of the important thing through election we have to understand. So after this election is over, the final result is declared, who are the candidates who got the majority of the votes. Soon the TVs, media, everything, it declares the result of the election, and we come to know who are the winners and who are going to rule our country, who form the government. These all we can come to know. So this entire process is very much important. Okay, and to conduct this entire process, the government spends crores of money. It is not an easy task. Okay, and it spends too much money to conduct an election. That is another important thing you have to understand. So what we have to do when you will become an adult or your vote has value, you will choose the candidate who form the government and rule the country. So our vote has too much value. That we have to understand through this lesson. Okay. So this is one of the things that we have studied now. That is how the election takes place in a democracy, or especially in India. That is in a polling, or it is known as polling is the word we use, that is election and counting of votes. And we have come across so many terms, that is ballot paper, electronic voting machine, and again polling booth. These are terms you have to understand. Okay, next topic we have to study, that is what make election democratic in India. This is one of the important topic. In this we have to study first about what are the important unfair practices in India during the election. Unfair practices sometimes we come across through the newspaper, TV channels, etc. during an election. So these unfair practices, what are they? That is given in the NCERT textbook, and after that it is given the Election Commission, Independent Election Commission. What is Election Commission's role for conducting democratic election? Next thing, popular support for the election. So that we have to study, and at last we have to study about the challenges of election or democratic election. What are the challenges? These all, when we study, we can say, understand that what makes election in India democratic. So in order to study that topic, we have to study many other subtopics. So in that first important subtopic or sub concept we have to study, that is, what are the unfair practices which usually happen in the election. Sometimes we can see through the newspaper or TV channels that somewhere, some constituency, it happened. Not in everywhere. Okay, some of the places it happens. So what are the important such type of undemocratic practices? First thing, that the inclusion of false names, means false name is included in the voters list instead of the genuine names. Genuine names means after 18 years the candidate particular voter's name should be added in the voters list. That is one of the democratic concept. But instead of that, voters list is not it is not renewed, and sometimes we can see inclusion of false names in the voters list. That is one of the important unfair practice. Second thing, that misuse of government resources or government facility by the ruling party. The ruling party, they misuse the government facilities. That is against the law given in the by the Election Commission, election laws. Yesterday we have learnt. So misuse of government facility, another important unfair practice during the election. Third thing, big parties and rich candidates, they spend lot of money to win the election. We have yesterday learned that in the Lok Sabha election, the maximum they have to spend, that is 25 lakhs during election in the Lok Sabha election, and for state assembly election 10 lakh rupees is fixed by the Election Commission to spend it for an election campaign. So sometimes we can see that big parties and the rich candidates, they spend a lot of money to win the votes. That is against our democracy, because we have to follow the Election Commission's laws. And last one, that is intimidation and rigging. Intimidation in the sense threatening the voters. Intimidation of voters means threatening the voters, and rigging, that means multiple votes. One person give vote many times. That ink can be erased, and again they do with different practices, they do the voting again and again. So this is another important unfair practice. We have learned that one person has one vote and the vote has one value, right? It is one of the important rule, that is universal adult franchise gives. So here many people, such a fraud or cheating done during the election by giving multiple votes. Same person again and again they vote. So this is one of the unfair practice. It is against democracy. These are the important unfair practices during the election which is happening in our country in different constituencies. So we have learned that first, that is which one, inclusion of false names in the voters list and exclusion of genuine names. That is another one of the important thing. Second thing we have learned, misuse of government facility by the ruling party. Third thing we have learned that big parties and rich candidates, they spend lot of money for the election. Instead of using it for welfare of the people, they spend lot of money for getting the power. Last one, that intimidation of voters and rigging. Rigging is another important unfair practice, unfair democratic practice. So these all you have to keep it in mind and check whether our election conducts in a smooth way, democratic way, because you are learning it. Okay. So from next election onwards we can check, because you have come to know what are the democratic practices, what are the unfair practices, so that you can understand that election in our country is democratic or not democratic. So these are the topic that we have studied today.